Hey, welcome back, math friends. Now, the other day you were given the assignment of writing and solving two-step equation word problems, and part of the assignment was to copy down in your math notebook the math problems as written, and then go through. You were supposed to circle the numbers, underline the question, identify the variable with a let statement, as in let x equal whatever the number of whatever it is, and then you're supposed to box the keywords and phrases. Then you're supposed to write the equation and then solve. Okay, disregard the on another day. You're supposed to do all that on that assignment, and the first three problems were done for you in the video that was given that day. And so now what I'm going to do is, as efficiently as I can, go through and work through the remaining problems that you had to do on your own, so you'll know if you did the problems right. Alright, so let's take a look at the very first one here. Alondra went bowling. She paid $3 for shoe rental and $4.50 for each game of bowling. If she spent a total of $24.50, how many games did she bowl? Okay, well, first of all, we are going to circle the numbers. $3, $4.50, $24.50. And we are underlining the question, how many games did she bowl? And we are going to let G equal the number of games. Now you can use whatever variable you wish. I'm using games or G because, games. But you can use X, whatever. And important information that goes along with, there was the $3 for the shoe rental, $4.50 for each game of bowling, and she spent a total of $24.50. And if you remember, then we have to, when we write the equation, we're going to put the total on one side of the equal sign, and the total in this case was $24.50. And on the other side, we would put the how is that total arrived at. And so in this case, we know that she is paying $3 for the shoe rental plus $4.50 for each game of bowling. So that'll be $4.50 times the number of games that she bowls, which in this case we're using G to represent that. So $3 plus $4.50 times G equals $24.50. And there's your equation. Hopefully you got that right. And then now we are going to solve the equation. Remember, we work backwards through PEMDAS when we're solving equations, only when we're solving equations. And so we have to undo any addition or subtraction first. And $3 is being added because $4.50 is being multiplied by G. We have to undo the addition of the $3. We are going to subtract the $3. And when we do that, we get $4.50 times G equals $21.50. All right, then our next step is to undo the multiplication of $4.50 times G. So we're going to divide both sides by $4.50. Divide by $4.50. And when we do that, then G ends up being 5 games of bowling. Because if you multiply 5 times $4.50, that will get you $21.50. And then you add the $3 for the shoe rental, and you will end up with $24.50 total. So 5 games of bowling. Okay, for this next one, Caesar bought a car that cost $5,600. He made a $2,000 down payment and then made 24 equal monthly payments after that. How much did Caesar pay each month? All right, so first things first, let's go through and circle our numbers. 5,600, 2,000, and There are 24. Okay. What's the question? How much did Caesar pay each month? So, since we are looking to answer the question, how much did he pay each month, I am going to let M equal the amount paid each month. Okay. And you can use any variable you want there, as we've discussed earlier, but I'm using M for month. Whatever. Okay. Now, let's go through and put boxes around the important information. The car cost $5,600. There was a $2,000 down payment, and there are 24 equal monthly payments. So when we go to write our equation, we should be able to come up with our total. Our total, which is the total cost of the car, $5,600. How do we arrive at that total? Well, he put $2,000 down, and then he added to that 24 payments of the same amount each month, and 24M, 24 payments of the same amount each month. So now, to solve this equation, we simply begin by undoing the adding first. So we're going to undo the adding of 2,000. Now you might think we have to undo the 24 adding of that, but that's not being added to the variable. It is being multiplied by the variable. So we have to undo the other part. We're going to undo the addition by subtracting 2,000 from both sides of the equation. And when we do that, we get 24M over here, and 5,600 minus 2,000 is 3,600. And then we will undo the multiplication that we see here by dividing by the coefficient of 24. When we do that, M is by itself now, and 3,600 divided by 24 is 150. So each of those payments is $150 each month. And there you go. All right. Hopefully you're doing quite well. On to question number 6. Now this one's a little bit different. It's not really a story problem. It's just kind of a math situation. But if you divide a number by 4 and then subtract 5, you will get 3. We're going to find the number. So what's our question? Well, we have to find the number. And we are just going to let x equal the number. Let's circle the numbers that are in the problem. There's a 4, there's a 5, and there's a 3. So it says we are going to divide a number by 4. And there's that, the number. And then we're going to subtract 5, and then you will get 3 when we're all done. So if we write this out, our total is going to be 3. We're going to divide a number by 4. So we're going to take our number, divide that by 4, and then we will subtract 5 and get 3. Now we can solve this equation by undoing the operations that we see. The first thing we will undo is the subtraction of 5, so we will add 5 to both sides. And when we do that, we get x divided by 4 equals 8. Now we have to undo the division by multiplying both sides by 4. Because it was being divided, we have to do the opposite of that. And when we do that, x, because those 4's cancel each other, x will equal 8 times 4, which is 32. There you go. And that makes sense, because if we take 32, divide it by 4, that's 8, and then we subtract 5, we will get 3. Yes, very nice. 32 is the number. Okay, let's take a look at question number 7 now. Brandon needs 75 Twinkies for the class party, or the next class party. He has 15 left over from the last party. And if each box holds 12 Twinkies, how many boxes will he need to buy? All right, well, first of all, let's identify the question. How many boxes will he need to buy? We're going to underline that, and I'm going to let B equal the number of boxes. If you're not writing these out and underlining the question, circling the numbers like 75 and 15 and 12, you're not doing your job. And then now we have to box the important information. He needs 75 Twinkies. Okay, he has 15, and each box holds 12. Okay, each box holds 12. So let's set this up. We have to have a total. And what's our total? Well, he needs 75 Twinkies total. And then, how is he going to get that total? Well, each box holds 12 Twinkies. So we'll take 12. We'll multiply that by the number of boxes that he'll need to buy. And then we'll add to that the 15 Twinkies that he already has left over from the last party. So 12B plus 15, 12 Twinkies per box plus 15 Twinkies equals 75 Twinkies. All right, so now we undo the addition of 15 by subtracting 15 from both sides of our equation. And when we do that, we end up with 12B on this side, and 75 minus 15 is 60. And now we can divide both sides. We have to undo the multiplication, so we're going to divide, because that's the inverse operation of multiplication. Divide both sides by 12, and we end up with B equals 60 divided by 12, which is 5. 5 what? 5 boxes. 5 boxes of Twinkies. All right, we have read it, we have underlined, circled, and boxed everything, and identified a variable. We wrote the equation, we solved the equation. Awesome. Okay, let's go on to the next one then. Story about Victor. Victor earns $80 raking leaves. This is $8 more than 4 times the amount that Vincent earned. Okay, how much did Vincent earn? Oh, this is an interesting one. All right, so let's go through here and identify the question. How much did Vincent earn? And so we are going to let V equal the amount Vincent earned. We're going to circle our numbers. There's $80, $8, 4 times the amount. Okay. And we're going to box our important information. So Victor earned $80. This is, so that $80 is $8 more than 4 times the amount Vincent earned. So this is going to be an interesting one, as I said. So, what's our total? Well, our total is the amount that Victor earned. Victor earned $80. Now, this amount is $8 more than 4 times the amount that Vincent earned. So we're going to add $8 to 4 times the amount that Vincent earned. So $8 more than, so we're going to add that to 4 times the amount that Vincent earned. So 4 times the amount that Vincent earned. Now, if we were doing this properly, because it says $8 more than, I always like to put that in the second spot. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. I'm going to say 80 equals 4V plus 8. That's $8 more than 4 times the amount Vincent earned. It's just an organizational thing for me. That's the best way to write that. So now we can solve this equation. First things first, we're going to undo the addition of 8 by subtracting 8 from both sides. And when we do that, we get 4V on this side, and 80 minus 8 is 72. And when we do that, we are left with 4 times V, and so we will undo the multiplication of 4 times V by dividing by 4. And when that's all done, we have V by itself over here, and 72 divided by 4 is 18. So V equals $18. Vincent only earned $18. That's not very much, but that's what he earned. Because if we say 4 times 18 is 72, we add $8 to that, that's 80, and that's how much Victor earned. So we're good to go. All right, question number 9. Tyler charges a one-time fee of $30 to tune pianos. Then he charges $25 for each hour that he spends tuning the piano. If Tyler made $105, how many hours did he spend tuning the piano? All right, well, let's go through and identify the question. How many hours did he spend tuning the piano? So we are going to let I'm going to let H equal the number of hours. Okay, and we're going to circle the numbers. We've got $30, we've got $25, we've got $105. And boxing important information, the $30 is a one-time fee. And then he charges $25 for each hour, and he made $105. That's total. So now we have enough information to solve the equation. So remember, our total goes on one side. He made a total of $105. How did he earn that $105? The how goes over here. He charged $30 plus $25 for each hour. So $30 plus $25 per hour equals $105. Now we can solve the equation. We need to undo any adding or subtracting, so we're going to undo the addition of 30 by subtracting 30. Remember, 25 isn't being added to H, it's being multiplied by H, so we don't undo that. We have to subtract 30 from both sides of the equation to make sure everything stays balanced. 25H on this side, and 105 minus 30 is 75. Then the next step, we undo the multiplication by dividing by the coefficient of 25 on both sides. And so H, the number of hours, is 75 divided by 25, which is 3. H equals 3 hours that he spent tuning the piano. All right, and that makes sense because 25 times 3 is 75 plus 30 is 105. that solves the problem. We read the question, we figured out what the question is, we underlined it, we circled the numbers, we boxed the important information so that we could write our equation. All right, last question. Edgar has a collection of graphic novels. On Saturday, he bought 6 more graphic novels. On Sunday, his little sister threw half of them into the toilet. Oh no. If he had 13 graphic novels left, how many did he have before the weekend? Okay, well, let's do everything that we know we need to do. We are going to identify the question, how many graphic novels did he have before the weekend? So we're going to let, G equal the number of graphic novels. Remember, you can use any variable you want. You can use X every time if you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just using G because it makes sense in the problem. On Saturday, now we're going to circle the numbers. He had 6 there. Half is technically a number. And 13. So let's see here. On Saturday, he bought 6 more graphic novels. His sister threw half of them in the toilet, so that means he lost half of them. And now he has 13 graphic novels left. So, this will be a challenging one to write the equation for. What's our total? Well, our total is how many he had left, which in this case is 13. 13 graphic novels left. Let's see, how many did he have before the weekend? Well, so we're going to use G to represent that. He had this many novels. He bought 6 more. And then his sister threw half of them in the toilet. So we have to divide this amount by 2. Because that would be getting rid of half of them. And now we have enough to solve the equation. Now this is an interesting one to solve because it doesn't necessarily follow our regular rules. Because remember, we solve order of operations backwards, right? We do PEMDAS backwards when we solve equations. So that means we would undo any addition or subtraction first, then multiplying or dividing next, and then exponents, and then parentheses after that. But this is a special time because when we have an operation on top of a fraction bar, like this, or below a fraction bar for that matter, but because it's on top of our fraction bar, we need to put parentheses around that and treat it like it's parentheses. So that means we're going to do that last. So that means we have to undo the division of 2 first. So we're going to undo the division. That means we're going to multiply everything by 2. When we do that, these 2's just cancel each other out, and so they're just gone. And then the G plus 6 comes down, and 13 times 2 is 26. Now, we don't need to bring the parentheses down because we only have one operation left, but we're going to now undo the addition of 6 by subtracting 6. And when we do that, we get just G left, and 26 minus 6 is 20. So we had 20 graphic novels before the weekend. And let's see if that makes sense. He had 20 before the weekend. He bought 6 more. That would make 26. And his little sister threw half of them in the toilet. So 26 cut in half is 13. And that's how many it said he had left. So yeah, we're good to go. We have solved it. 20 graphic novels left. Or before the weekend, I should say. All right, well, I hope you did well on this. And if you didn't, at least I hope you see where you made mistakes. That's the important thing. That's how we learn, from making mistakes and seeing where we went wrong. Have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome. We'll see you next time.